I'm back and better than ever. Got it. John Cena Chain Gang back in the house. Let me remix it. Sleazy E's back and he's better than ever. Got a knack for making companies whack. Face the facts. Right, face the facts. That intro sucked, but you know what? I had to go a wee bit hardcore on Easy E or Sleazy E or the guy that runs wrestling companies out of business. Call him what you want. Call him Eric Bischoff. Why don't we call him the guy that kicked Vincent Kennedy McMahon's ass for 83 weeks? Like, I actually like Eric Bischoff, but regardless, guys, welcome back to Fog Wrestling. We are here to talk about Eric Bischoff, the former WCW man, the current WWE Hall of Famer, because he came out on his Strictly Business podcast. Now, I'm not sure if it's his podcast or not, but there is a podcast called Strictly Business. I know Eric has 83 weeks. I'm not sure if he has 2 now. Well, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, he was on a podcast called Strictly Business. And Eric Bischoff commented on CM Punk's run in AEW. And he predicted a contract buyout. However, regarding CM Punk, he had the following to say, and I quote, "Part of me jokes around about busting Philip's balls because I'm just not impressed with him. I think he was overhyped, and when I say that, look, I understand he came to AEW with a massive amount of mystique, and there was a build-up, and he did a good job of maintaining that mystique, but he lost me in his first promo. I mean, he showed his ass in such an obvious way to me in his very first promo when he went out there and buried Hulk Hogan. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm friends with Hulk Hogan. I'm saying that because Philip has never worked with Hulk Hogan. Philip doesn't know Hulk Hogan, and what Philip was doing was Philip was trying to get himself over with the dirt sheet community. Mostly Meltzer's fan base, by burying someone that Meltzer has been burying for 25 or 30 years in order to get himself over. And what that does to me, if you're playing poker with somebody like that, that's a tell. That tells me this dude does not know how to get himself over without relying on cheap, easy heat. And that's what that comment was. And I think when you come out as a professional at that level and you're relying on cheap, easy heat, regardless whether it's Hulk Hogan or any other, insert any other big name here that you don't know and you've never worked with, I think that's a tell. And minute that happened, I went, this guy is not everything he's cracked up to be, because if he was, he wouldn't have to do that. And it all went downhill from there. But let me say this, I don't know what went on behind the scenes with the Elite and the backstage drama. Conspiracy theories, I'm not discounting it. I'm not discounting that Philip has a bitch. I'm not discounting that perhaps Philip was justified in being really, really pissed off. I still don't think he should have done what he did at the press conference. That should have been a conversation that Philip had with Tony Khan offline, privately, one-on-one, maybe with an attorney present. Then it could have been productive, as opposed to going out there and again showing your ass, burying the guy that's writing your checks, burying your entire locker room that you have to work with. Again, that's a tell. It's a big tell. I do believe that there might have been some fire behind all that smoke and why he was upset. If you have that kind of drama going on backstage, whether it's 10% real, of 80% real, whatever it is, one of us will probably ever know unless you were involved. It's just unhealthy for everyone. Nobody's going to come out of it good. Everybody's going to come out of it dinged, and I think it will be better for everybody just to go their separate ways, end of quote. So there was a few errors in there, but I was literally reading the quote, so I wasn't going to change it. I was literally just reading the actual quote that Eric Bischoff made, so yeah. Maybe Eric Bischoff needs to tighten up on his grammar or his speech. I'm assuming he said it. I don't know if that's the way he said it or if that's the way it's been documented. But either way, the point he's trying to make is here that he thinks there will be a buyout with CM Punk in his AEW contract. He doesn't see a future for CM Punk in AEW. And yeah, he basically went on to say that CM Punk's overhyped, overrated, and he thought, you know, CM Punk lost everybody in his first AEW promo. And look, I've got to be honest here, like, big CM Punk fan, especially for what he done in WWE. I think he was the last guy you can claim came anywhere near making it as a star. I mean, he never got to the heights of Cena, of course he didn't, but let's be honest, after CM Punk there was literally nobody. I mean, Daniel Bryan got the push, he got the Mania push, he got the whole yes thing, but it sucked. You know, it was literally just the crowd getting behind him. CM Punk like almost created the push on his own, and let's be real, Bryan only got his push because CM Punk was halfway out the company. So yeah, no, CM Punk for me is the kind of the last guy that was relevant in WWE, and for Bischoff to say that he doesn't rate CM Punk, I disagree with, but what I would agree with, Eric, is CM Punk's run in AEW was nothing short of embarrassing. Now, the fact that he turned up on Rampage and he got like this massive rating, considering it was Rampage, he got like 400,000 more than the debut episode of Rampage, so that just shows you that CM Punk, I'm not saying he's a massive draw, I'm not saying he's a huge draw, I'm not saying that he can single-handedly help AEW compete with WWE. AEW cannot compete with AEW. AEW, cannot compete with WWE unless, like, they get The Rock. That's probably the only way, and even then, I don't think they would. But the point being is, CM Punk is somewhat of a draw. He's a bigger draw than anybody else in AEW. He is worth more than the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega times 10. That is a fact, and Tony Khan has definitely chosen the wrong horse by backing those two. But yeah, with CM Punk's opening promo, I don't remember him burying Hulk Hogan. I don't really remember that. What I do remember is CM Punk essentially acting like a bitch and pretending that for the last... He hasn't been in professional wrestling since leaving Ring of Honor, and I thought it was very disrespectful. He says that in 2005 he left professional wrestling, and in 2021 or whatever he returned to professional wrestling. I mean, seriously, this guy's multiple world championships in WWE, this guy's brilliant feud with Cena, this guy's WrestleMania feud and WrestleMania run with The Undertaker. And this he's going to come out and claim that he wasn't part of professional wrestling. CM Punk, the only reason you got your ass kicked in UFC, the only reason you were signed to AEW, and the only reason you got to feature in movies and TV shows like The Mayans MC and stuff like that is because you were in WWE, because you were in the biggest wrestling company in the world. So I thought that was embarrassing, man, that CM Punk came out and he was claiming that I wasn't in professional wrestling and I want to put the young guys over. He didn't want to put the young guys over. Look at him his entire time in AEW. Who did he put over? Nobody. He beat everybody. I think he lost once to MJF. MJF cheated. Apart from that, Punk beat everybody. Oh, he lost to Moxley, but then he beat Moxley straight away, straight out like the week after it. So who did he work with? Who did he put over? What young guys did he elevate? Nobody. I mean, he worked with his first feud was with Darby Allin, and then what's Darby Allin done? Now I know Darby Allin recently just won the TNT title last week, but we're talking almost 18 months ago, maybe even longer. You know, he didn't help Darby Allin. Darby Allin's career didn't go forward because he was feuding with CM Punk. You know, the whole thing's a joke. I don't really remember CM Punk though burying Hulk Hogan, and I know CM Punk doesn't like Hulk Hogan. He thinks Hulk Hogan is an asshole. He thinks Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit. But the fact is, look, you can like Hulk Hogan, you can hate Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is on the Mount Rushmore. Hulk Hogan is one of the four guys. Hulk Hogan, they talk about the pillars of AEW, the four pillars. Hulk Hogan's one of the pillars of fucking wrestling. And that's a fact. CM Punk's not. I like CM Punk. I like him. I don't like Phillip Brooks. Maybe I should do 10 reasons why Phillip Brooks sucks. I think CM Punk, the wrestler, I think he's a good wrestler. He's good enough in the ring, entertaining in the ring. He's had good matches. I think he's good enough on the mic. By no means do I think he's the best in the world. He's not the best in-ring competitor. He's not the best guy on the microphone. But he's good at both, and that can't be denied. That really can't be denied. So, yeah, for me, they can talk about the buyout in AEW. If I was AEW, if I was Tony Khan, I would be desperate to keep CM Punk. But I would want to see the CM Punk that we've seen in WWE. Whether it be the CM Punk that, you know, did the pipe bomb and then was like the big face selling ice cream bars, feuding against Triple H, whether it be the heel Punk that was with Heyman, whether it be Straight Edge Society Punk, whether it be CM Punk that came through ECW, any of those CM Punks, any of those versions would be better than what we got in AEW. The kiss ass who was just happy to be out of the big bad wrestling WWE, federation. And then claiming he wants to work with the young guys and can't wait to, it was embarrassing. The guy's supposed to be a professional wrestler, and the first thing he mentions was, you know how to make a kid feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh. That killed it. That killed the promo. Never mind him burying WWE or saying something bad about Hulk Hogan or anything like that. The fact that Britt Baker was like the first thing he mentioned after being out of wrestling, legit, the guy had been off WWE television for 7 years. Everyone was buzzing. Everyone could not wait to hear what CM Punk said. And the first thing he did was put over Britt Baker and pander to the AEW fans in AEW locker room. What a disgrace. Look, I think CM Punk could be great for AEW, but his run wasn't great. It could be great. Who knows? Maybe they can give it a second go. If I was Tony Khan, I would say, look, Punk, you're the man. That Kenny Omega guy that wrestles 9-year-olds and blow-up dolls, he sucks. I'll get rid of him, and you can be the face of this company. I'm not saying it would save AEW. I'm not saying AEW would beat WWE, but it would make it better. Because CM Punk's better than Kenny Omega. He's better than the Young Bucks. He's better than any jobber that AEW have. But anyway, that's my opinion. I know CM Punk, Eric Bischoff don't really like each other. I can see where Eric Bischoff's coming from here. But I do think Punk's talented. I do think Punk is good. I just think his AEW run was awful, and it should have been a lot better, but it wasn't. That's my opinion, guys. Let me know what you think down below. I will catch you in the next one. A bit of a long video here, but here, don't say I never give you anything. Happy Christmas 3 weeks later, but until then, until next time, peace.